Hello guys, it's your girl Kim. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel, About Those Pixels. So let's get straight into it. So I always wondered why the game MediEvil never got the same treatment as, say, Crash Bandicoot or Spyro with their remake bundles. If you don't know what MediEvil is, allow me to give you a brief history. MediEvil is a game that was originally released on the PlayStation 1 in 1998, with visuals that were heavily inspired by Tim Burton's The Night Before Christmas. It was followed by a sequel in the year 2000. So far the first game has been remade twice as MediEvil Resurrection for the PSP in 2005, which I low-key got soft locked in, and the more recent MediEvil that was made for the PlayStation 4 in 2019. So where is MediEvil 2 Remake? Considering PlayStation 1 games aren't really that long compared to today's games, I mean the only way it'd be long for the player is either like maybe difficulty, crypticness, or antiquated gameplay. The thing is, like, both games are 13 hours or less, so why didn't they remake it and bundle it up? I've been keeping an eye on this one because this is one of my favorite game franchises, so yeah, I'll show you what I found. Back in 2020, there was this MediEvil fan account on X campaigning for MediEvil 2 to be remade. The composer from the original game and the 2019 remake actually responded to him by saying actually. So, like, hint hint. Then in another X,
if 2 plus 2 is 4, right? And 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay. What the fuck is this?
I'ma just say tweet, y'all. So, in another tweet, someone was debating whether the remake actually did well or not, and he responded, "I'm sorry, you're incorrect." Diving a bit deeper into that, in the UK, MediEvil was the 5th best-selling game in its first week of release, and globally it was listed as the 3rd best-selling game of the week in combined downloads and retail in 43 countries. However, in this article, they're saying if they were to compare it to like the Crash Bandicoot trilogy that sold 2.5 million, then maybe it didn't do too well. I definitely disagree with this comparison because for the longest time, Crash was basically PlayStation's mascot through like the PlayStation's life and partially the PlayStation 2's life. So like, of course he was gonna hit those numbers. Whereas I feel that MediEvil is more of a niche game, like Oddworld, for example. I feel like in many ways this game is superior to the first. I feel like that was the case with games back then, because 3D development was basically fresh in that era. And the first installment of the game would kind of be like a development test, and then the second one they'd be like... So here's why I feel like this game deserves a remake. There's a lot more variety in the gameplay and locations that you visit. I mean, first you wake up in a museum, then you fight a dinosaur, then you're at the circus, then you're fighting killer pumpkins at Kew Gardens, then you're collecting body parts for a boss fight, and then you're sneaking into a mansion as a hand. You can tell this game is overly more ambitious than the first game. I mean, just to name some other things, you have a better arsenal of weapons, wacky outfits, crazy boss fights, insane storyline, and lastly, a fantastic soundtrack. I mean, what more could you want? On a different note, maybe they might bring it back in a different way. Apparently, if you visit the PlayStation Productions website, there's like a promotional video, and in that, someone actually noticed his legs. So maybe it's like indicating like a movie or a TV series. But Sony, before that, can we get a remake, please? Thank you. Anyways, that is all for now, guys. Do you want to see a remake of this game? I mean, comment down below so I can interact with y'all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.